Hey, good morning, all. Today we're gonna do a next step in Project Writer. All right. I'm hoping you find it to be a fun step. All right. It doesn't have to be a very long step, but I think it's an important step. All right. And so today I'm going to ask you to consider the purpose and the power of titles and images in our writing. Okay. And um, and with that, I'm going to ask you to come up with three different pairings of titles and images that are going to help you create a message or create anticipation or convey a message in your writing. All right. Um, to be honest, it's one of my very favorite things to do as a writer. All right. As some of you know, I keep a daily blog on education, and I was just telling Mrs. Syrie the other day that one of my favorite things to do is to pick out the title when I'm done and to find an image, to hunt for an image, to search for an image that fits the title in a way that's going to help me convey a message before my readers ever get to my writing. All right. And so, with that, I'm just going to take you really quickly to my blog and just show you some of my recent pairings. All right. Today, which I actually use as an example in your assignment, the title is Trash Talk, and this is the image that goes along with it. All right. Um, I'm not talking about garbage, all right? I am talking about writing instruction in this piece, okay? And I'm being pretty critical and I'm kind of trash talking a little bit. I also talk in there about how a lot of the writing that we do in school just ends up in the trash, okay? And so that's just one pairing that I did. Um, the day before that, how to what, all right? And here I was talking about, in this piece, I was talking about the importance of tone and how, it's not just what we say, but it's how we say it, all right? And I feel like before we ever get to the what we're going to say, we have to get through the how, all right, and the tone, and how our messages are received, okay? And so I called it how to what. I was kind of thinking along the lines of teach me how to Dougie, and so how to what. And so I thought maybe I could use this image of a guy dancing. The other thing that I think fits with this is I think giving feedback to you guys is a delicate dance. All right, I think I have to be very careful of how I present that to you, and that's kind of why the Sappy Sigh and the My Room message yesterday went along those lines. Okay, when I said I hope you can hear my how. I'm not going to spend much more time. Just here a couple more. Help from here. All right, here's where we're listening and what we pick up from other people. Here's a couple more. Flexibility's fallacy. All right, and I found a pencil that I thought went really well with that. Again, if I had more time, I'd take more time to explain the thinking behind my work here. And then this one's called Time's Tide, and so you see an ocean tide coming in, and someone had written the word time in sand on the beach. All right, so back to what you guys are doing. I just wanted to show you that I'm kind of walking my talk here. And so what I'm going to ask you guys to do today is this. All right, I want you to come up with three paired titles and images. Okay, as possible pieces for your piece, as possible titles and image pairings for your piece, all right, that you're working on with Project Writer. Some of you are doing essays, some of you are doing letters, yada yada yada. We know the shtick here. The first one that I provided is the one I just talked about, trash talk, all right, in the image of the trash can. And then importantly, I'm sharing here what I was thinking, and I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. So essentially, what I want you to do is I want you to think about the piece that you're working on, all right? And I want you to find somewhere in there something that's going to help you come up with um, a more creative than practical title. I'm asking you guys to take some creative risks here, all right? Um, and what I'm hoping for is that we come up with this pairing. It creates anticipation for our reader, all right? And so I'm asking you to take some creative risks. Please do that, okay? The worst that's going to happen is you're not going to use it, okay? Why am I having you do three of them? I believe in the number three. Okay, I think we have to try something at least three times to come up with a better idea. All right, we might come up with a good idea our very first try, but I always think that there are better ideas, and so I don't want you to limit yourself by only doing one. Okay. Um, and then each pairing must be accompanied by an explanation. That is the what was I thinking? I just want to know what you're thinking. Like, what was your intention? Like, what were you hoping to accomplish by or through this pairing? Okay. And then I've given you some resources. All right. You guys probably know way better than I do, way more savvy than I am about where and how to find images online. Okay. Here are three possibilities. Of course, there's always Google Images. All right. There's Canva and Unsplash, both of which are free. And again, free means it's fairly limited in what you can find and use. I subscribe to Canva. It's what I've used on my blog for years now. And I'm not saying it's best. It's just I know it best. All right. And so it's what I use. And so those are some possibilities. Okay. And again, there are other things probably out there that I don't know about that you already use that you can probably use to greater effect. Okay. So, guys, with that, to cut to the chase here pretty quickly, I want you to put your title on this side. I want you to put your image on this side. Okay. Put your title. Oops, put your title in quotes as I have done here. All right, so it kind of stands out and is separate from your explanation, and then put your image on the right hand side here. Okay, I'd like you to come up with three. Again, I'm hoping that this is kind of fun. I'm hoping that you're going to take some creative risks. I'm excited to see the pairings that you come up with, particularly the one that you're going to select from here that will make it to the final piece in terms of you're going to publish that with your piece. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna sign off for now, guys. Hopefully that helps walk you through. All right, what you're going to be doing today. And again, I'm hoping that you have fun with this on a Friday. All right, and I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. If you need help, reach